Hi guys, it's Kelly, one of Trinity Stamps creative team members. Welcome to Trinity Stamps Rainbow Funshine Inspiration Playlist. We are using this amazing new die set to bring you some inspiration from our design team. This playlist has been created to help you learn about and see the new free with purchase dies in action and how they will work with our products from the Trinity Stamp shop. Please click through and watch all 6 projects. The Rainbow Funshine dies can only be acquired by making a $100 minimum purchase in the Trinity Stamp shop, excluding shipping costs of course, between November 26th and November 30th and while supplies last. No coupon code is needed. So moving on, I just wanted to let you know I went ahead and created my panel, and I'm also going to be using Trinity Stamps A2 Coverplate quilted die, and I'm going to be also pairing that with Gratitude stamp. I love this stamp set, and the sentiment is wonderful, and it has a perfect coordinating die with it. It's a really, really great stamp. So I'm going to be using all these products together to make today's card. Moving on, in the interest of saving time, I went ahead and just cut my pieces of cardstock, got everything ready, and I also pulled out my double-sided adhesive product I use all the time, and I'm going to apply that to a piece of 110-pound Nina cardstock, and then I'm going to pull off the adhesive and apply my felt to it. So therefore, I'm creating like a thick piece of flock, basically a piece of cardboard type product with felt on top. It die cuts beautifully. I'm just cutting off the excess adhesive here, and I'm going to show you in a moment. I'm going to go ahead and die cut the clouds for my project. Now look how nice that came out. You just add double-sided tape to your cardstock, add your felt, and voila, instant fuzzy die cuts. So I'm going to go ahead, and it wiggles a little bit because it's on a table that's not very stable. I normally don't die cut on camera, but I wanted to show you how easily these clouds cut through this cardstock with the felt on it. It cuts through like perfect. No frigid little pieces flyaways, cut through the felt perfectly. Now I also went ahead and die cut, I'm going to go ahead and die cut the Funshine Rainbow. Now there's 6 rows of stitched rays of rainbow in this die, and what's nice about this die, it has the back piece which you glue your rainbow stripes onto. A lot of rainbow dies out there don't have that back panel, so this is really nice that Trinity Stamps designed it that way. Makes it really user friendly. So I'm just taking my Copics, I cut it out, my rays out of 110-pound Nina cardstock. That's pretty much my go-to cardstock with everything. And you can, cut it from different color cardstock, but I wanted to just go ahead and make my rays myself, my Roy G. Biv colors. And I did my red, my orange, and I just colored them with Copics real quick. And then I went around the outside of my rays to make sure there was no white edges sticking out, so it was all nice and solid. And then I did my green. And I'm also wanting to show you that I'm coloring on a piece of laminated white, just white laminated sheet that I put through my laminator. And I do a lot of Copic coloring on that, and I just take a piece of alcohol wipe and clean it up. It's really simple. Keeps it nice and easy and clean. So here, I already have my card base made, and I glued my quilted cover plate panel. I trimmed it down a little bit with a little black mat. Put that on my card base, and now I'm just going to go ahead and glue my rays onto my rainbow base. This is very simple. You just line them up. They line up perfectly easily. Now, I wasn't taking too much care to make sure that the edges were perfectly even, so it was a little lopsided. That's okay, because I knew my clouds were going to cover it anyway, so it really didn't make too much of a difference here. But if you don't want to use your clouds, I just want to let you know they do line up perfectly. Just match it from one side to the other, and it's very simple. But again, I was kind of rushing through this, and it didn't really matter as it would be hidden by the clouds. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull out the With Gratitude sentiment, and I'm going to stamp that on, again on 110 pound Nina, and I'm going to stamp it with Versamark black, and then I'm going to emboss it with Wow clear embossing powder on top to give it a little shine. Now, I edited it out of the video, but I stamped it once, and then you know how you stamp, and then the stamp, when you lift up the door, the stamp raises up the paper. I didn't push it back down in the corner, and I got a blurry image. So I had to do it again, but I cut that out. Anyway, so now I just wanted to show you, I'm just going to put some Wow clear embossing powder on top of my image, heat that up off screen, and now here's my layout. I'm trying to figure out how it's going to go. Now the thank you, so I made 2 cards. One identical to this one, and one with the thank you so much. Now the first one I made, I added glossy accents to my rainbow, let it dry overnight, and then I'd put my card together. Now this one, I put my card together, then I added the glossy accents. Don't do that, and I'll tell you why. If you want to add glossy accents to your rainbow, do it separately, because the cloud, well, if you use felt for the clouds, because what happened is the glossy accents absorbed a little bit in the clouds. Not a big deal, not too noticeable, but I'm a perfectionist and bothered me. So anyway, moving forward, if I do it again, I'm just going to add the glossy accents before I add my felt clouds to it. So I added a little bit of foam tape to my clouds on one side and glue on the other so it would lay flat. Now I'm using my gratitude sentiment and gluing it on one side, kind of like a bridge straight across the clouds, so it's nice and even. I also wanted to add, I took a little piece of glossy accents on a fine tip applicator, and I put a drop under the 2 T's on gratitude, and then I squished the sentiment down. It's hard to explain. I squeezed it down like that, and then I lifted it up so the glue kind of stretched out, but it was still connected to the card base and the sentiment, so it creates and when it dries, it makes it like it's a support. It's a great little tip you might want to use there. It's really good to do that, to support fine little die cuts when you can't add foam tape and things like that. The next video in the hop is in the description box below. Please check that out and hop along to the next video. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay happy, and stay crafty.